stay popping. Look, see, I was the high school slick Rick, I was styling. Fat gold chain with an African.
On the Gulf Coast of Florida at Raymond James Stadium, just north of downtown Tampa. Tonight we kick off Week 13 with a great Thursday night matchup between the New Orleans Saints and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Here's the punter, Jake Bailey, ready to do the honors. And off we go from Tampa. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. Well, these two teams, they met in New Orleans earlier in the year with the Saints coming out on top. So if they can win here in Tampa, they'd be able to claim the season sweep. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. Running again with Barkley on 2nd down. And that one blown up quickly, as he's going to be stopped before he can even get started. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming.
This size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
On 3rd down, Lawrence. And down he goes, a Buccaneer sack. He could not get away that time, and it'll be a loss of 11 on 3rd down. Here comes the Saints punter now. He'll kick it away after a 3-and-out on the opening drive of the game. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. He'll take it at the 42. They'll get 9 yards on the return there following a punt of 42. And the Buccaneer offense will be set up well as they take over. And now the Saints are going to take a timeout on defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Now Jones. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. 18 yards the gain for number 18.
Of course, the catch was nice, but how about what happened after? Able to stay on his feet and gain all that additional yardage. So many of these slot guys, I think, have running back in their background.
First carry now for Pierre Strong. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. The Buccaneers had 7 and 4 on the year, and they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
On 2nd and 12, Jones. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
You know darn well both of these teams reviewed the film and saw that this defense had 5 sacks last week. They got to keep their QB upright.
And they're going to try their best to do exactly that. But they're facing a team where getting to the quarterback is a mindset. It's a mantra for them. And they play a game within the game. And you know what it is? Let's race to the quarterback and see who gets there first.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. Marcus May with a pick.
And the Saints are going to take possession of the football. Well, really not much secret there. 3rd and long, Charles, and he was looking to throw the football. And I would imagine as a defender, you're kind of salivating in that spot, right?
You certainly are, because 3rd and long situations, they tend to scale towards the defense every single time. Now you're actually able to dictate and understand what the offense is trying to do. You know where the first down marker is. You set your defense that way, and maybe you can be a little more aggressive in certain situations because of that. You start focusing on your coverage assignment, and when the ball's released, you break on it and make a play, as we just saw there.
It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, this defense for the Bucs, they put together a strong effort last week in the win over Chicago.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defensive coordinator about their performance last week, because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
2nd down, here's Barkley again.
It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down. Now a timeout called for by the offense. And that's their 2nd charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
On 3rd down, Barkley.
And he'll follow his blockers there all the way down to the 23-yard line.
So a solid run by Saquon Barkley, and another 1st and 10 here. On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss.
Lawrence will throw. The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating the defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. A give to Barkley out of the gun. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down. The kick by Lutz is good. And the Saints are going to take a 3-0 lead.
So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach turned his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started.
Their second drive here, the ballgame, Charles. Remember last time they threw the interception, but the defense held up. It bent a little but didn't break, only giving up the 3 points.
Yeah, obviously they left some points on the table there their last time out, but boy, they have to thank their defense for holding the opposition just 3 after they threw the pick. Their turn now. Back out on the field, put together a good drive, and get some points of their own.
Second down and 7.
Throwing, Jones. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. He's got this almost to the 40 before going out. 14 yards there and a Buccaneer first down.
Even against double coverage, he found enough of an opening for a noticeable gain. 2 guys on him, yet he finds a way to uncover downfield for the completion.
Jones throwing on first down. Steps away to his left. Now Jones is hit. He lost the football. And the ball ends up out of bounds, so it'll be a loss on the play.
Well, obviously you never want to fumble, but if you do, good to be towards the sideline. It saves them the possession.
Saves the embarrassment, saves it going down on the play sheet as a turnover. But I still think it should go to the defense, even if they don't recover it. If you give up the football, you gave up the football.
Agree to disagree, I guess.
Can you tell what I played?
Yeah, you played defense. Yeah. I'll let you go.
I took a shot.
Not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first.
Throwing on third and long. Jones. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack.
Dropped for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders.
That was their 3rd sack of the ball game. 2nd in the league in sacks coming into this one. They're planning on making it a race to the top, aren't they?
Absolutely. They're looking up at that top spot, but they might be looking down at the 2nd spot pretty soon. And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds.
A pretty good punt there, but also a nice return of 12 yards.
And the Saints will take over with a first down and 10. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started.
As mentioned, this one of the hottest teams in the NFL, riding that winning streak into this one, but now playing here on Thursday night. Do you think that this helps or hurts their momentum?
Well, ordinarily, I'd say it hurts the momentum because now you get that short week. But when a team's playing as well as they are, it actually allows them to down focus and only worry about themselves and less about their opponent. So when you're playing well, you just worry about the things you're doing well and let the opponent deal with that.
Running again with Barkley on second down.
And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who can do more than one thing. And I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively. The offense on third down tonight, just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6.
Now Lawrence tries the left side and finds Olave.
And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
They'll bring a receiver in motion left.
And they'll try and throw forward with Lawrence.
And a throw right sideline is complete.
And he is going to have the Saints first down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive.
Both sides were holding their breath there on that 4th down play, and the offense can breathe a sigh of relief.
And both knew exactly where the first down markers were. You know the defense is trying to guard those sticks and try and keep people in front. But somehow, some way, those guys found a way to pick it up.
And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
They just keep trying, but so far, finding no room for him to run.
None whatsoever. In fact, you run the numbers. He's under 3 yards a carry at the moment. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. Throwing on 2nd down. Lawrence. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he's going to be taken down, but there's a penalty flag in the backfield. Is this a hold, or did they rough the quarterback? So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. And the tight end goes in motion left. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
Excellent recognition that none of his receivers were beating coverage and getting open, so he just threw that one away. They'll come back to the huddle, reset, and try something different.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Out of the shotgun, they run with Barkley. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Now play number 8 on this drive, and they need 9 yards to pick up the first on 3rd. Here's Lawrence to throw. And he's got it. Touchdown, Saints. A great play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year as his guys are able to extend their lead. What's good on the extra point, and the lead grows to 10-0. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And not much on this one. Takes it from the 21. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by the corner, Bradley Roby. And the Saints are going to take possession of the football. An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
Hey, Silver! Hey, Haywood! Hey, Jack!
Throwing now, Lawrence on 1st down. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40.
We didn't need to ask around the league, but we got to confirm this guy's a good player. They've got to find a way to get him more involved, call a few more plays that target him.
Absolutely, because here we are toward the end of the first half, and that's the first target, not just the first catch, first target.
Hey, hold it. Hey, 5-7. Hard. Hey, keep sit.
To throw again on 2nd down. Lawrence.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really.
Yeah. Hey, exit.
Third and 2, now Lawrence.
And that is incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
Hey, Charlie! Hey, you! Hey, Alpha!
Fourth down. Here's Lawrence.
He's going to try and go deep again. Touchdown, New Orleans. A great effort there. 40 yards.
And the Saints will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
Lutz with the extra point, and that makes our score 17-0. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
And not much on this one. Takes it from the 21. And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw.
Oh, and Jones has just thrown his third interception.
Marcus May with a pick.
And the Saints are going to take possession of the football. Well, Charles, you know, so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air and, of course, putting the ball in jeopardy.
They'll send a receiver here in motion right.
Hey, box up. Go.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw.
He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone.
And this one is incomplete.
That's tremendous field position that they were given following the turnover, but they've still got work to do to get to field goal range, and the coverage we're seeing isn't going to make it easy.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. They'll send a receiver in motion to the right. To throw once more on 2nd and 10.
Lawrence.
And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left.
Oftentimes when you lose in a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
Go! Hey, stop it. Hey, lock it. Hey, Roy. Yeah.
From the gun, it's Lawrence.
Escaping the pressure right. Now he's going to throw deep right side. And that is incomplete.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
Here comes the Saints punter now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we send you a stone's throw away across I-4 to Orlando. There standing by is Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach? And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn, getting set for quarter number 3 here. A very one-sided first half. 17-0 our score as we get going in quarter number 3.
And not much on this one. Takes it from the 21. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession.
We'll see, Charles, if they had a chance to hit the reset button at halftime. They have not scored. They're facing this big deficit. And if they're going to come back, it's going to have to start right now.
Yeah, and for them, it's not dwelling in the negative because, yes, they were totally ineffective in the first half. But we've seen many games that have flipped around in the second half. It all starts with this drive right here. They get something good going, put some points on the board, they begin to have hope.
And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a 3rd down and long. Looking to throw. Jones. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
I'm sure it was a tough halftime trying to figure out some strategy to get things going. Trailing by a lot when they went into the locker room. He's just trying every avenue to spark his team here to begin the 3rd quarter. Not a lot going on that play, though.
A good return there, 17 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They begin with a run by Barkley. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin too.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. They'll go to Barkley again. And some room to roam now.
And good work there in open space. He's got this all the way down now to the 32.
A first down carry for Barkley. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. On 2nd down, here's Barkley. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage.
Jonah Jackson, former 3rd-round pick, the guilty party.
Temporarily out of field goal range now as they come up on a 2nd and long after the holding call.
Hey, Orbit. Hey, Mike 7. Hey, C6. Hey. Hey, exit.
And now they'll throw it with Lawrence. And that almost their first INT of the ball game. Had his sights on it, but he couldn't seal the deal.
Well, partner, guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make 3rd down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big 3rd down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. And they'll bring the big tight end across the formation left.
Hey, Charlie. Hey, dude. Hey, Alpha.
Now Lawrence on 3rd and long.
And he will find his big tight end over the middle.
Any weapons? Look at me. Sit down. Hey, box up.
They're going on 4th down. Lawrence.
And this throw will be intercepted.
Picked off by Jamel Dean.
And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
Meanwhile, this one knocked down in the backfield. It's incomplete.
His impatience has to be bubbling over, trying to find a way to get his team to the end zone for the first time. He did find a way to break contain and get outside to buy his receivers a little extra time, but the connection couldn't be made on that throw.
Well, thanks for joining us here on a Thursday night in the NFL. 3rd quarter, 2nd and 10 coming up. On 2nd down, a run with Strong.
And he'll find a little space. He gets us up near the 10. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
They'll run with Strong.
And he will have the first down here as he's up to the 15.
On 1st and 10, it's Strong.
And he goes across the 20 to the 22. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Looking downfield for Godwin. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
But we saw that he had a lot of success last week throwing the football, but that hasn't translated to this week. But with his team behind, I don't expect him to back off. I expect him to keep firing.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Back to throw. Jones toward the sideline. He will have the first down. Good catch. He was able to keep the feet inbounds. Give him the 3rd down conversion. 5 yards on the play.
And that's how you pick up a first down. Not only does he make the catch, but has enough body control to get his feet down inbounds, toe tapping and dragging to make sure he gets it done.
And he's going to lose yardage here, as they will switch ends as time is run out on this 3rd quarter of play. Back now in Tampa. It's Buccaneer football, but they've got work to do. They find themselves behind here to start the 4th quarter. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Another try after the first down sack. Jones, and he's going to go down again. This offense 2 for 2 on 3rd downs on this drive. They're in for a tough test here, though. 3rd and long. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Marcus May with a pick. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
But just to add that to the list of great moments for this defense today, they've really shredded that game plan on the other side all 4 quarters. And, Charles, that pick 6, that's kind of the cherry on top.
Yeah, they did it, and I feel like I'm quoting a bad movie line, but they did it together, didn't they? Fed off of each other, every big play they made, every tackle, every pick, everything they've done. They continually built energy in this one, and how about him culminating with a pick 6?
And he almost flirted with disaster there, but it does get into the end zone before going out, and they'll bring it out to the 25. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. Their mini 2-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat. Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Following the incomplete pass, here they go again. 2nd and 10 from the 25. Operating from the gun, Jones. He's going to let this one go deep. He's got a man, complete.
And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line.
So the big play has him all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Jones. That's going to be caught. And they are able to stop it, but he does take it all the way to the 2. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
A 3-score game here late. You can probably rule out the comeback, but certainly some kind of a moral victory to be had if they can get a few more points to close things out. And to that end, a nice pass play there to push things downfield.
Yeah.
And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay.
Pierre Strong, his 3rd rushing touchdown of the year.
And the Bucs are finally into the end zone here in this 4th quarter.
Well, that was a quick drive. The passing game set it up, and then the running game finishes it off.
And how about how few plays it was to get it done, but they threw it downfield and then pounded it into the end zone. And as a former defender, I can tell you, it hurts just a little bit more when they run it into the end zone instead of throwing it.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown.
Taken in at the 3. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
I'm ready.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started.
Well, don't look now, but they've got a little bit of a battle on their hands again. Back to a 2-score game. The interception that led to a touchdown. You'd have to think they're a little more careful here if they do indeed try to throw the football.
Yeah, and I was a little surprised by the last throw. You know, that type of throw in this type of a game, I'm going to be very careful about it. Maybe the only throw you make is maybe a toss to your halfback or something like that. Otherwise, take care of the thing and finish this bad boy off.
Second down, here's Barkley again. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 73 yards rushing now for Barkley. It's a first down. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that.
And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Saquon Barkley, 52 yards. And the Saints are about to make it 4 straight as they add to this fourth quarter advantage. Lutz good on the extra point, and that pushes the lead up to 23. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
This will be fielded inside the 5.
And he'll be out of bounds here, a yard shy of the 25 at the 24.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession.
Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
Now Jones on third down. And this is going to be incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Here comes the Buccaneers punter now, as he's on here to punt it away. And here's a very low line drive, almost whiffed on it. And this one will be touchdown inside the 40-yard line.
take over first down 10 at their own 39-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started.
And it would seem as if their 3-game winning streak is about to go to 4, but still a little work to do as they start first and 10.
That one looks like he'll throw here. He'll dump this down to Matt Breida. It'll go as a gain of 4, and that's going to bring up second down.
4 yards on the pickup.
Now the Georgia Southern man, it's Matt Breida. And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
And it's third down.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
They'll try the right side here. Barkley. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40.
142 yards rushing for him now in this one as he is closing in on 1,800 yards for the year. At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
They'll send a receiver in motion to the left.
Off the play fake. Here's Lawrence. He completes it to Olave.
And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. On first down, here's Breida. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Only a yard on the pickup there. Second and goal.
If you're going to keep these guys out of the end zone, you've got to be able to commit to stopping the run. And that's a nice job there, getting the safeties involved in run support.
Now receiver in motion left. On second and goal,
Lawrence. That is caught by Olave. Touchdown, New Orleans.
4 yards on the touchdown grab.
And the Saints are closing in on a 9th victory on the year as they extend their lead.
Lutz with the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
Taken in at the 3. And able to get this out to the 25. At their own 25-yard line.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over, you're going to go to the film, find out where the game was really lost. But this is not a situation now where